Ladies and gents and the rest, Ysera the Dreamer is the unit we're going to be looking at today. But before we get to the talents, I'd like to show you the general mechanic of this hero, so you would know how to spawn the units that you want. And by the way, this unit is not worth investing in at all, and we will talk about why when we get to the end of the video. Okay, so this thing in the middle is your starting hand usually. So this spell from Ysera usually comes in your starting hand. Sometimes it's not, but it will come as soon as you drop something. It will be your next unit. Okay, so this is the order of how you're going to be getting the Ysera's units in your hand. So this thing that gives you gold comes as the first one. Then you get the little whelps. Then you get hibernate. Then you get Drake. Then it starts from eggs again and da 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 da. But let's say this is your starting hand. Until you deploy Ysera unit, until you remove Ysera unit from your hand, which is until you drop it on the field, right? The count will not start. Once you drop it, let's say we go, we drop this, we cast this thing, boom, and it gives us polymorph, like this. After that, once you drop 4 units, you're gonna get the next Ysera unit. So let's say we get polymorph, we cast polymorph, boom, like this. Then we cast QB, 2. Then we cast, I don't know, Ancient of War again, boom. That's 3. And then we cast number 4. We cast Prowler. What happens? It gives us whelps here. Boom. Like that. Until you touch whelps, the new count will not start. Once you cast whelps, boom, whelps go to the end of the line. And after you cast 4 units of your normal deck, you're going to get hibernate. All right? Don't forget, this is the order. So this thing first, whelps, after 4 units, whelps is going to be next. Then 4 units later, hibernate, and then the Drake. That is the order. That is the mechanic that you need to understand. We will need that when we get to the talents. All right? Talent number 1, Shared Dream. Hibernate applies to all enemies on the board. This is how it works. Whenever you have a hibernate in your hand, you cast it anywhere, bam, everything falls asleep. Everything on the map. All right? Talent number 2, Corrupted Dream. Emerald Whelps and Emerald Drake apply twice as much poison. Unfortunately, there is no way to show it. I usually, to simplify things, I just take this talent as a double damage, because there is no other way to explain how this talent works. So let's just simplify it. It's just double damage from your whelps and your Drake. Now here's the most complicated talent. Recurring Dream. Ysera minis are twice as likely to show up in hand. Now what the hell is happening with this talent? This is the picture you should be familiar with, right? This is your starting hand. This is your normal Ysera's rotation. What happens with this talent is on this side you have another 4 units, except they come in the reverse order. They don't start with this egg. They start with this Drake. And this is how they're going to show up. So let's say you start, your starting hand is this one above with Chain Lightning that ends with Witch Doctor. So once you cast something, usually you're going to start with the egg from this left rotation. But let's say this is your starting hand. So when you drop something, let's say you drop Quillbore here, yoink, you're going to get this thing here. This egg, where is this egg? This beautiful egg goes like this, pum. When you drop some other unit, let's say, it doesn't matter, you can drop this one, but we're not going to do it now. We're going to drop something else. Like, let's say we drop Chain Lightning. Where's Chain Lightning? We use Chain Lightning. Boom, goes here. We're going to get this Drake like that. Okay? So now, the count, like I said, will not start until you get rid of one of these Ysera units. So let's say we use this Drake. We're going to use this Drake. This Drake goes here. And we're going to get our normal units, let's say Prowler. So now for this Ysera's rotation, the count starts. After you drop 5 units, actually this one will count as a unit as well for this rotation. So after you drop 5 units, let's say you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to get Hibernate from this side. Boom. Okay. Again, if you use Hibernate, Hibernate goes here to the end of the line, so which means Whelps are going to be next. In other words, now you're able to keep 2 Ysera units from 2 different rotations, okay? Except those rotations, like I said, they go in the one works the exact same way, and the other one starts with the Drake and goes backwards. So it's instead of Egg with gold, Whelps, Hibernate, and Drake, it goes Hibernate, Whelps, and Egg with the gold. Let me show you how it works in the game, actually. Okay, we're gonna start the match. As you can see, we already have this thing. So instead of casting that, we're gonna cast this thing. Okay, like I said, we get a Drake. So now, let's say if we cast this thing here, boom, what's gonna happen? I want you to pause it and tell me what's gonna happen. So after dropping 5 units, we're going to get Whelps from the left rotation. I don't know if you remember the picture that I showed you that on the red with the red background, right? So once we drop 5 units, we're going to get Whelps. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get Whelps. Now, what happens if I drop this Drake? Pause it and think about it. Here is the answer. If I drop this Drake, 5 units later, I will get Hibernate. Let's take a look. We'll drop in the Drake. 5 units later, we can actually use this as a unit as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get Hibernate. Okay? This one, next one is going to be Hibernate as well, because we dropped Whelps from the other rotation, and the count actually started, and it turns out that we get to Hibernate on the other rotation as well. So now we have double Hibernate. For some reason, it doesn't show the talent on this one. Okay? I hope you understand how it works. If you don't, I probably did a poor job, and ask me in the commentaries. I'll explain it again. Now, what do we take first? Like I said, this unit is not worth your resources. And the problem that I have with this unit is that in order to get the mini that you want from Ysera, you have to go through a lot of useless drops. What I mean is, if I want Hibernate, I have to drop 2 Ysera units and then 8 units from my deck, like normal units, which means 10 units to get Hibernate if I want to, do this global sleep thing. It takes like too many units before you can get the unit that you want. In my opinion, one slot in the Ysera's deck should always be Ysera units. So you cycle through this Ysera units and you get them, all 4. You cast one Ysera unit, you get next one right away, right? This is what I think it should be, and then we can, then we can talk about taking this unit seriously. But since if you already have it, or if you somehow, accidentally get stars on it, and you want to buy first, second, and third talents, I would go with Shared Dream first, because Global Sleep, it's so super easy to use, and you can stop things right in front of your core. Then I would go. It's really hard to say because they're all trash. because the unit itself is not really usable. You can technically take any talent if you like. You can't go wrong because, like I said, it's not really usable. But I probably go with recurrent dream just because this corrupted dream is super bad because these units, the whelps and the drake that Ysera has, they are not unbound. So that this drake, what's the difference between Ysera's drake with poison and our drake that we already have? Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's not usable again. And because they apply poison, and with this talent, with Corrupted Dream talent, they apply double poison, you need to apply poison when somebody is far from your core, so that while they come into your core, the poison is working and they are dying. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you need them. You need these units to be unbound to get really good value from a poison. But when somebody is already at your core and you throw this double poison in units, I mean, they're not gonna like they're already hitting your core. The poison needs some time to work. You know what I'm saying? So this unit is like, uh, this is like the worst. Not the unit. This talent is the worst out of three, in my opinion. So you go shared dream first, recurrent dream second, and corrupted dream number three. Yeah, that's all.